ni kutit maga akwek kya bo igle chebonde windaga le go kyole wede yotmi gich angeta akwek kya le ogak mo bala mi le kwet ka mengel le go gongo mengel ngo la gongo le kwet chebonda ane le okitmi gich wana ni now yoga chukuro cheke la kwa cheke skale ale makoni. So help us and we help you. I'm dealing with the young children also, the young girls and boys. When we call for meetings, please come. Because we feel that we want to support these children. We want to show them the best way. Don't be so reluctant to the point that you may end up losing your child. So this goes to the young athletes. Please, respect yourself. Know who you are with. Know your surrounding and make based and informed decisions in life. And it's my appeal now to the athletes who came from Paris. There are some of you who we have good reports from Kenya. Please, come back home. Come back home. The government has finished 38. Why are you still in Kenya? We don't want to come again in the same function like this, of this caliber. Come back home. 38 is complete. The government has finished there. Why are you still going to Kenya? And all other athletes, come back home. There's a blessing here at home. I'm not sounding rude, but akwakarole migi bogol baga. Chabron ga atrenga ga ndemi ndaka sabasone. So lastly, I want to thank the joint forces, especially the UPDF, who have been employing Rebecca. And I want to thank all other security agencies who have been here and who are also employing athletes. Uganda Police Force, the UPDF, UA, Uganda Prison Force. Thank you so much. I say all this for God and my country. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for God and my country. Thank you for that.
Representatives who are here, UPDF officials and other security officers who are here, our brothers and sisters from Kenya and from neighboring districts and other areas. My name is Cheborion Barishaki. I'm not the Chief Justice, as has been mentioned by Cheptegei. I am a Justice of the Court of Appeal of Uganda and a Justice of Appeal of the East African Court of Justice. I have come here to mourn my daughter. The father of Rebecca Cheptegei is my cousin. We are all from Kamujage clan, as you've seen from the document that has been circulated. So we are greatly saddened that we are here. I've also come as one of the leaders of this region, of Sebei region, to be with my people at this time of grief. I've also come, being a judicial officer, to condemn in the strongest terms possible gender-based violence. That just gender-based violence is a barbaric, backward practice that should never be heard of. I will say a few words in English and then talk to my people in the language they best understand. That is Kupsabin. For the part of English, I want to thank the government of Uganda for putting in place an enabling environment that has made the talent of the people of Sebei, the Kalenjins of Sebei, to bring out their talent and be shown internationally. These people were here during Amin's time, during those regimes, but this talent had never come out. People came and died with their talent. So we thank this government for enabling these young people of ours to come up, creating an environment where they can be able to practice, where they can be able to go out and show their talent and win. It is an important factor. I also want to thank people who have set up training grounds and have taken upon themselves to train these young people. Because if you are not trained, you can never be an international achiever. So I thank them for that. And thirdly, I want to thank the athletes themselves for putting it upon themselves to love sports, take it as a serious business, and be able to compete internationally and win. The game of sports is a gift of God. It is like being beautiful. You cannot boast that I'm very beautiful. You are born with it. It is inherent. Training just adds to it. So we must thank those who are able to look after you to be able to bring this out. And for that, I thank the parents of Rebecca for having kept her, brought her up, and be able to make her a girl that went up to attain the medal she did. Having said that, let me tell my people of Sebei that originally we were known for circumcising women. We were known. If you talk about Sebei people, they say circumcisers of women. Sometimes we would even hide ourselves when they say, you people, you circumcise women. But somehow that one, we have fought and we succeeded. Now when we came out with the talent of sports, everybody has known us to be people who are gifted by God with the talent of sports. We should not spoil it. We should not spoil it by now bringing in gender-based violence. Because even one fish can spoil the whole pond. The whole pond of water can get spoiled by one fish. Now, people can start knowing us for being people who batter women, who practice gender-based violence. That those people of Sebei, they are known for beating and killing women. Instead of knowing us for having a talent of sports people. So let us be careful how we manage this talent, this gift of sportsmanship which God has given us. Amida mwopika sabin, la jika stay in this karom nyogi gone kubeyo. La jenyurule go kemu jago basangi, angorwai, go gut kore togol, you Rebecca. You keep Zero, you Cheptegei, you keep Limo, and so on and so on. Gigo nen mungut kubeyo. Dene mama jechi wirte kubeyo ja, la jingete la chugubiche jibrogor. Chini brogor get la jinyo nyogor. Iwe na mogorokjo, ndage na mkumin nyogi go numungut, kala gata ki gorgingum. Nyigi wung lego, orgela you are a coward. You are a threatened man. You go jinyo nyogor. Ega sila ga halong mugulot yo la barabur jitage. Umbala we la we ranela gam dagi tuluin bagurgeng. Tuluin bagurgeng ngeng mo la mer kata bagajici nana ga tuluj kurge. Ega de kini ngumingungi ndage nam goru la ga de ki gorge ngung nyogi go numungut. Gorge la ga gini go numungut, jepto ga gini go numungut, imami goru koret, imami dibi, imami joso
on and to give a decent send-off to our own Rebecca Cheptegei. With me, you'll permit me to introduce Vice President Administration, Lawrence Kavuma. Just wave to the people. Second Vice President and the coach, Benjamin Njia, coming from this region. I have a General Secretary in my federation. I'm her boss, but she's also my boss at the UOC, and she's also a World Athletics member, Beatrice Aikoro. I have other executive members here. I may not introduce them one by one. Okay, there are few. We have Abdallah Muhammad, the media man. I have Ogola Gray. He represents the coaches in the executive. I have Office Administrator Muidu Samuel No. I have his assistant. Is she here? Susan Lake. But all these people you see here, the coaches, raise your hands. There are many. Those are some of the coaches that we have. And all the others are members. Some are actually fellow athletes. The money person in my office, Victoria Nana, she's here. Athletes who are colleagues of Rebecca, just raise your hands and wave to the public. So these are some of the people that we came with. And when the news came through regarding what happened to Rebecca Cheptegei, we at Uganda Athletics Federation were all saddened and were left in disbelief that such a thing could happen. More so when we had just come back from Paris Olympic Games with Rebecca Cheptegei. It was very difficult to comprehend and believe that such a thing could happen. So all these people were saddened, and I still want to reiterate what many people have spoken here to say that such things should not continue to happen against our athletes, particularly the women who are more vulnerable, and the young athletes, the youth, the under 18, the under 20, and even the seniors. Such things should not continue. For us, we are stating clearly that no other athlete in Uganda, in Kenya, or world over should go through the painful experience that Rebecca Cheptegei went through. She was forced to run her last race while set on fire. It was very painful. This should not happen anywhere else in the world. So, our government here in Uganda and the government of Kenya, I'm glad that the cabinet secretary talked here. Many of these things have happened. Last year, I had to travel with the Honorable Peter Ogwang to the burial site of Benjamin Kiplagat, who was also murdered in cold blood. We had a Burundi athlete who was part of us, competing with athletes and training in Eldoret, was also murdered. As Uganda Athletics Federation and the entire athletics fraternity of Uganda, we have lost a valuable member of our family, Rebecca Cheptegei. The biological family of Rebecca, our country, Uganda, our region, the Eastern Africa athletics region, Africa, and indeed the global track and field family have lost a consistent.
Colonel Alan Changungu, the Brigade Commander 407 that takes care of South Karamoja, Sebei region, and the North Bugisu. Privileged I stand here to represent the Chief of Defense Forces of Uganda People's Defense Forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, who would have been here if it was not some tragic incidents that happened in the last 12 hours of yesterday, where UPDF lost 2 brigadier generals in a separate road accidents, and therefore UPDF is mourning. UPDF is mourning Rebecca, Sergeant Rebecca Cheptegei, who was a giant. Rebecca was a giant. She could not go alone. General Kainerugaba gave me